EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be our visitors taking on our home team. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys responded well to their season-opening loss, winners a week ago. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. 2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
12 yards there and a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Sawyer. A strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll run on first down. Sawyer. Yeah, boy, now you see him, now you don't. Excellent move, nice run, winds up getting about 6. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Up the middle they go. Peters. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Callahan. That is caught. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
He finds his man complete. That's Jenkins. Now a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Callahan. To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And his kick here is good. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. It'll continue to be interesting in these wet conditions how these kickers fare, but first test, passed.
And how about how the special teams unit handled that? A lot of concentration to make sure the ball didn't slip through his fingers. After the snap, got it down and let him pop it through the posts.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out is their 5th-year quarterback.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Now a handoff up the middle. Boston. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Henry. He finds his man. Complete. It's Buchanan.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 6.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. On 1st down, Sawyer trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. In motion, the tight end. 2nd and 11. And complete right side to Cook. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun, Henry. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Looking to throw. Henry. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Callahan. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Up the middle they go. Peters. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Peters. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Callahan. He finds his man, complete. That's Peters. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 2nd and 6. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. Callahan. He's got his target. That's complete. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. And his kick is good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here in our thankfully dry studios in Orlando. That's obviously not the case at the stadium, where the rain continues to play a factor in this game. Who will take better advantage of it in the second half? To find out the answer, let's go back out to the stadium and rejoin our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Godden, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
2nd and 9 now. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. On 3rd down, Boston. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
It's a gain of 3. Results in a first down.
They'll run on 1st down. Boston. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
From the gun on 3rd down, Henry working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. Right back to him on 1st down. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with the touchdown run.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. They'll go with a keeper. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the fourth. On first down, it's Peters. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. They run the counter. Peters. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. In motion goes the tight end. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now a give, right side. Boston. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. And they bring their punter out there now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Callahan. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun. Callahan. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Callahan. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So they bring out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down 6-0, 2:22 on the clock. Deuces wild. They'll have 2 timeouts and, of course, also the 2-minute warning as they go to work on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Let's rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
And incomplete on the deep ball. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Sawyer. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Callahan. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off.